Why should we say this is a toy or this is the toy? Why not this is toy? What is the difference between a toy and the toy? If you have any doubts about the answers to these questions, then you are at the right place. Welcome to Arupedia. Today in this video, we are going to discuss articles a and the. We'll also discuss their uses. We'll discuss the differences among them or between them, between a and on the one hand and the on the other, even between a and an. So let's begin with this question. But before we begin with this question, I'm sure you know that articles are used before nouns. I think you know what are the types of nouns: countable, uncountable, and proper. If you don't, if you have any doubts about them, you must watch my videos, which I have made, previous videos on types of nouns, or even about the features of nouns, about singular and plural, the types of countable nouns, etc. Now let's begin with this question, a and before which type of nouns? Let's examine the use of a and here. The first sentence begins with a blank, and you can see on the right side, I have filled in the blank. Elephant is walking. In fact, here an elephant is walking should be there. Of course, the can be used, but the is not an option. We have given only two options, a or an. So it should be an elephant is walking. Elephant is a countable singular noun, and of course it begins with a vowel E. So an elephant, not a elephant. Now the second, a boy is playing. Actually, the blank is here before boy, so it should be filled with a. So again, it is singular, countable singular, a boy. The third is water is boiling, and the blank should be blank only. It should not be filled actually. So it should be water is boiling, no a, no an. For the next, boys are playing, boys, this is plural. So no a or an. And the last one, Ramu is playing, again, no a, an. So if we look at the nouns, the first noun is countable singular with a vowel, starting with a vowel. So an, countable singular starting with a consonant, so a. If it is uncountable, then no a or an, and also before plural or proper noun, that is noun, Ramu, whichever proper noun, you should not use a or an, and that is the conclusion. So a and are used only before countable singular nouns and not before plural or uncountable or proper nouns. Now, the to be used before which type of nouns, and we'll examine them here. The first example is boy is reading. Can we use the before boy? Yes, we can. It is countable singular, but we can use the before it. Actually, the option is only the, and is not there. So we have to see if we can use the or we cannot use. So whether there is a possibility of using, we are examining. So there is a possibility of the before boy, the before girls also. That means before plural also, before singular also, before water, that is uncountable also. Before Ali, no, not before a proper noun. So the can be used before countable singular, countable plural, and uncountable, not before proper nouns. So this is the conclusion. Now, what do they mean, a or an? What do they stand for? before which a singular nouns we can use and what do they mean. So let's see by changing the sentences from plural to singular. The first one, elephants are animals. So here all elephants, we are referring to all elephants and all animals. So the singular is an elephant. It can be any elephant. It's an indefinite elephant. It can be any indefinite animal. So an before elephant, because of course E and animal also here it is a, both are vowels. So an, but both the nouns elephant and animal are indefinite. So an. Again, apples are fruits. An apple is a fruit. So an apple can be any apple, and it is an indefinite apple, indefinite fruit. So an apple, a fruit. A husband, a male. Husband is a male. A husband is a male. So a husband is an indefinite husband. It can be any husband, any male. A thief is a criminal. So again, both are indefinite. So a and an are indefinite articles. They are used before nouns when they are indefinite. Now, what about the difference between a and on the one hand and the on the other? We know that a and an are indefinite. So what about the? Let's examine the use of a and or the. In the first example, we've got two sentences, but they're related. The noun is the same, and the noun is house. I have a house. The house is vacant. So when I use first time that noun house, I have introduced a house, and the house is not definite. It is not, I have not specified which house, whether the house which I lived in some years back or now, or it's a large house, small house. I've just said I have a house. But when I speak about it the second time, I have already mentioned about it the first time. So the house. So the is definite. Again, she took an hour to reach the place. An hour is indefinite because we don't know which an hour. The morning hour, evening hour, afternoon hour, or any other hour. And the place seems to be definite in the mind of the speaker. So the is definite, and is indefinite. She met the English teacher after the period. The period is definite, and she is meeting the English teacher after that period. So that particular teacher is also definite, seems to be definite. It's not the science teacher or mathematics teacher or the Hindi teacher. So the English teacher after the period. A horse is an animal. Here it is indefinite. Again, this also is indefinite. So both are indefinite. So a and are indefinite, and the is definite. So that's all on articles a and the. Thank you so much, and do wait for my next videos on other parts of speech. Goodbye.